Welcome back to Cityline, one of my favorite organizations. I'm talking one that lives in my heart. I'm talking about an organization that I look to when I think, gosh, I'm having a bad day. Are we really making a difference? It's like, well, the Rainbow Center, yes, we're making a difference. So please join me in welcoming Troy Christensen, our Executive Director of the Rainbow Center. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Amanda. Glad to be here.
Great to have you. Your background, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Perfect. And you brought with you this sweet, sweet soul, Marshall Samuela. You have, as I said, the best title in the world, Celebration Manager.
Yes, thank you so much for having us on today, Amanda.
Oh, are you kidding? Because we're going to talk about Tacoma Pride 2021. I mean, I could talk all day to both of you about lots of things, but as I said in my open, Pride celebrated nationwide in June, but because Tacoma's so extra, we also do it in July. So it's a twofer. So Troy, we are always in the position of educating. I see you and Marshall and the rest of your team do this all the time in conversation, in social media, in events. So tell us about the origins of Pride and why is it so important so many decades later?
Well, this was all inspired by events that took place in 1969 at the Stonewall Inn. Everyone's probably heard of the Stonewall riots. Out of that grew Pride parades. And eventually, the brand of Pride took over nationwide. And so Tacoma Pride is our brand for Pride. And the reason we still do this now is because we still have things that we need to change. We have some rights and protections, but there are more that are needed. We also want to celebrate our history often and hugely, fabulously. And so our Pride celebration each year is about that. It's about inviting every single LGBTQ plus person and their friends, family, allies, and the general community to celebrate about not being ashamed, not being in the shadows, but instead standing as our true, authentic selves and feeling good about that. It's not about the big-chested, I'm proud of something, that's related to narcissism. This is about the opposite of shame. And it grew out of, us having to be in the closet forever until fairly recently.
Yeah, so beautifully said. And I hope that those ears that did not know that piece of history, that it's permanently written across their heart. Marshall, Pride is a celebration. It's a time, as Troy just said, to come together, to celebrate, to hug, to cry, to remember. There's so much we have to celebrate. So no pressure, Marshall, Mr. Celebration Manager. Tell us about Tacoma Pride this year.
So this year for Tacoma Pride, we wanted to still be cognizant of COVID and of the pandemic, knowing that we are coming out of that and, more and more people are being vaccinated. However, we still wanted to be safe. And so we won't be holding the street fair, the normal street festival. However, we will have a virtual Pride parade, which Ryan Mello is recording right now in office. We'll also have our points of Pride as well, too. And this is really a way for the city as a whole to come together and recognize Pride, but do it in a safe manner. So we'll think of it as a street festival wide throughout the city. We'll also have a myriad of events happening throughout July. There's the Mix, they're having a block party. There'll be a movie in the park in partnership with the Grand Cinema and Metro Parks. Tacoma Lawn Bowling Club, Emmanuel Presbyterian Church, they're doing a festival in their parking lot. So there'll be a lot of activities and everything. It will be all ages. So there's definitely stuff to look forward to. Definitely worth checking out the website on Facebook and on Instagram, tacomapride.org. And then don't forget to use hashtag Tacoma Pride 2021 and hashtag Tacoma Pride.
Oh, okay, there we have it. And given the recent heat wave, I, for one, say thank you for making this virtual in some parts, okay?
Yeah.
Troy, will there be any formal events in person this year?
Yes, we are excited that the Tacoma Pride Awards and the Tacoma Municipal Building flag raising are going to be live this year in the little park just north of the Tacoma Municipal Building. We don't know how many people we'll be able to have there, given the size of that park, but we will live stream it as well for people who want to see it but don't want to get out yet. There are also proclamations that are happening with the city of Tacoma, Metro Parks, Pierce County for the first time. And so we're very excited about those. Those are not in person, but they are formal events. And so you can find the details for all of that, as Marshall said, on tacomapride.org or on Tacoma Pride Festival, Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, I love that. You know, I live for the flag raising. I mean, I love everything about Pride and I love the awards, but when that flag goes up, it's like I just start to blubber like a baby. It's so fabulous. So, Marshall, for you, what are the most exciting points of Pride this year? What makes you blubber?
I don't like to play favorites, but I'm going to. I know that Wooden City is going to have a specialty cocktail out on their patio, so that I'm really looking forward to. But probably the two biggest things are going to be the block party at the Mix, Emmanuel Presbyterian. Sorry, I'm going to add a third. And then Alma Mater, they have a couple different rooftop parties. I mean, come on, mid-July on a rooftop, having a beverage, adult or otherwise. They'll have a pre-funk party there on July 7th. And then they'll also have a drag show July 9th. But all of it will be exclusively on their rooftop.
Oh, you know, that sounds like the best 1980s movie script ever. When you have choices like that, it's like, okay, break out the sparkle stilettos because I'm going to be going to a lot of places.
Yeah.
Right. How is Tacoma Pride supported financially?
That's a great question. Mostly through our sponsors. We have a lot of sponsorships this year, but also the Points of Pride each register and pay for that. Although we do have the ability to take on Points of Pride at whatever level they can afford to donate. We know businesses are coming out of the financial restrictions of the pandemic, and so we don't want people to be excluded. So even if they can't afford to be a Point of Pride, they can still register and be one. We also receive a generous grant from the city of Tacoma that helps us with a lot of what we need to purchase. And so between all of those, Pride ends up usually either breaking even or giving us a little net revenue to help with our administration.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Boy, that is just so well balanced in terms of the community. So,
and I'll just add that we were concerned going into Pride this year that companies that have struggled financially wouldn't be able to sponsor at the same levels they had in the past. And we just found that isn't true, that people are really excited to support us and to be part of Tacoma Pride.
Oh, I love that. So, question for both of you. You know, when I think about Pride, I think about seeing my family. I think about when we walk. I think about the March on Capitol Hill. I think about all those people I get to see and hug and scream and dance with. And it makes me a little anxious that I'm not going to celebrate with them in person this year. How are you guys handling that, Marshall?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, here's the thing. I think because we were so isolated for the past year and a half, Everyone is so excited to celebrate in any capacity. So I think people are looking forward to any sort of event that they can sort of gather in person and sort of reconnect, especially reconnecting with our chosen family, right? So that's a big thing in the LGBTQ community, is having this chosen family. And I think it's so important that we are able to connect, whether virtually or hopefully safely in person, because we haven't been able to do so in the last year or so. So yeah, I think everyone's like very much looking forward to it.
Yeah. Troy, what are your thoughts on that? Are you feeling it's less than because you can't meet people in person, or are you finding ways around that?
Well, I plan to go to multiple points of Pride. I have pent up energy that needs to celebrate right now. And Marshall has put in so much time and effort getting all of this big celebration ready for the community. And there are so many different options, family-friendly options, adult options. For me, I would say it's similar to Marshall in that it's like a family reunion. People that, even if I haven't seen them for a couple of years, you walk in and it's like we're never apart. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am as well. I've got some people that I need to scream and go jump on, and fall down in a big hug and say, "Oh my God, it's you." Troy, one of the most important questions I want to ask: will the gala be live and in person this year? Now, wait, I have to do a drum roll on my kitchen table.
Yes, yes, yes.
You!
Yeah, we're so excited. We've already started the Gala Planning Committee, and it will be live and in person at the Tacoma Convention Center this year. The only restrictions we will have is whatever if something changes between now and November, or if the convention center institutes certain policies, we will abide by those. Otherwise, we plan to have the gala as big as it's ever been.
Oh, I love that. All right, you two, I know you have a lot to get back to, but my last question, and either one of you can jump in here. Who do we need to thank for all of this love and pride? Troy?
Well, I think we need to thank our sponsors, first off, because none of this would be possible without them. The City of Tacoma and Metro Parks that are making a lot of this possible through their space. I could go down through every point of Pride, but the Grand Cinema, I think deserves a call out. They bought an inflatable, gigantic screen that will allow the film to take place in the park on July 9th. And it's called Saturday Church, and it's a coming of age story of a young adult trans person of color that we're really excited to show. So I'm sure I'm leaving people out. I want to thank the rest of the Rainbow Center staff. They continue to work tirelessly on education and advocacy, as well as stepping in and helping with Pride. The Rainbow Center Board of Directors has been there the whole time, supporting us and also volunteering their time. And I'll leave it at that, but hopefully I haven't offended anyone by leaving anyone out. And a huge thanks to Marshall, of course, for being our celebrations manager and taking the lead on this year.
Absolutely. I always say, anybody who touched Pride, thank you. You covered it there. And
There you go.
And thank you to both of you. Marshall, I know you've got filming in the other room to do, and Troy, everybody wants a meeting with you. So thank you both so much for all of the love and all of the warmth and celebration. And I will see you sooner than later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
You're
Stay
welcome.
fabulous.
I'll try. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.